All right, welcome. Today, we're not just going to talk about a book, we're actually stepping into the forge. We're here to really get to the heart of the philosophy in Forged from Within. And let me tell you, this isn't about quick fixes or life hacks. No, this is about the hard, essential work of rebuilding yourself literally from the ground up.
Okay, let's just dive right into the core of it all. This right here, this is the central idea. Life. It's not some comfortable lounge where you just relax. It's a forge. It is loud, it's hot, and yeah, it's often painful. But you know what? It's also the only place where raw material gets transformed into something stronger, sharper, and with a real purpose. And you're that metal.
So, where does a process like this even start? Well, it all begins with a feeling. You know that quiet burn deep inside your chest? That restless sense that you're just going through the motions? You're doing everything you think you're supposed to do, but something is just fundamentally missing. You know that feeling, right?
I mean, have you ever found yourself asking this? Maybe you're staring at the ceiling in the morning, or you're stuck in traffic, or it's 3 a.m. and you're just wide awake. If you have, you need to understand something. That question isn't a sign that you're broken. Not at all. It's the first spark. It's a sign that you're starting to wake up.
And the most common reaction is to just drown that feeling. We pour water on it. We bury that fire under the same old routine of just surviving. But that fire inside you, it's not some flaw you need to put out. It's proof. It's proof that the person you are meant to become isn't finished yet. It's a call to action, telling you to stop just surviving and to start building.
So this brings us to a fundamental choice we all have to make. On one side, you've got the drifter. He's totally controlled by his circumstances. He just accepts whatever life throws at him, and he lets that fire inside him just turn to ash. But on the other side, you've got the builder. He's the one who admits he wants more, and he uses that fire as fuel to rebuild his entire life. The real question isn't which one you are right now, but which one you're going to choose to be, starting today.
Okay, so you've made the choice. You're going to be the builder. Awesome. But where do you even begin? Well, the very first swing of the hammer in the forge is usually the hardest. And that first swing is brutal honesty. It's taking a hard, unflinching look at yourself in the mirror. This is the absolute core principle of awareness. You just can't fix what you won't face. The pain of seeing yourself for who you truly are, the good, the bad, the masks you wear for other people, all the excuses you make. That initial sting is necessary. It is the first strike of the hammer that starts shaping the metal.
So how do you actually wield this hammer of truth? Well, the path is broken down into these 3 steps. First, you have to face the pain. You honestly assess who you are and, more importantly, who you're becoming. Second, you start removing the masks, all those fake personas you put on. And finally, and this is the really hard part, you rewrite your story. You challenge those limiting stories you've been telling yourself for years about what you're capable of.
But look, one strike of the hammer doesn't forge a blade, right? Being aware is absolutely crucial, but it's just the very beginning. The real transformation, that happens in the daily grind. The relentless, consistent hammering day in and day out that truly shapes you. This is all about inner discipline.
This quote from Aristotle just nails it. Grand gestures, they're pretty much meaningless. One great workout isn't going to change you. One super productive day doesn't forge a new man. Excellence is built through small, repeated, daily actions. It becomes a habit, not some big, isolated act. So how does discipline actually work in practice? Well, it's not about punishing yourself. As you start building this new path, just remember these key things. Discipline without a clear vision is just punishment. Start smaller than you think you need to. Focus on your progress, not on being perfect. You build real belief through small, consistent wins. And maybe most importantly, you have to learn to say no to everything that doesn't serve your vision.
Okay, so you've faced yourself, you're building discipline, but why? What's the point? For what purpose are you enduring all this fire and all this hammering? This brings us to the ultimate point of the blade you're forging, your legacy.
Now, this is a really challenging, powerful idea. The work you're doing in the forge isn't just for you. Think about it. Are you building a life that simply ends when you do? Or are you building something that's going to outlast you? You weren't given this fire just to keep yourself warm. It's meant to be a beacon for others.
This ancient proverb says it all, doesn't it? True greatness isn't about getting some immediate reward. It's about contributing to a future that you might not even be a part of. It's about building a name, a standard, and a story that helps the people who come after you.
So how do you make sure you're actually on the right path? The book gives us this incredible tool, the deathbed test. It's simple. Begin with the end in mind. Imagine what you want people to say about you when you're gone. The real question is, are you living that story today? That's the test. And all of this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, living the code. This is the ultimate outcome of the Forge. It's about becoming a person whose strength is guided by unwavering principles.
Because let's be real, discipline and strength by themselves aren't enough. On their own, they can even be destructive. All that power has to be channeled and guided by a personal code of conduct, a set of values that you define for yourself and you absolutely refuse to betray.
So how do you actually forge your own code? Well, this slide gives you a clear roadmap. Start by looking in the mirror. What do you admire in other people, and what do you regret in yourself? From there, choose a few core values, things like integrity, courage, or discipline, and then define what they mean to you in your own words. Write it down like a personal pledge, and then just start living it. Even if you do it imperfectly, start today.
Ultimately, this whole explainer and the book it's based on, we can only show you the door. We can describe the fire and hand you the tools, but we can't do the work for you. The Forge is yours now. The power and the responsibility are in your hands.
And so we end right here with this one question. After stepping into the fire, after facing the truth, and after picking up that hammer, what are you going to create? What legacy will you build? What story is going to be told? The metal is ready. The fire is hot. The choice is yours.